I'm starting to wonder if the NFL is intentionally trying to destroy their own product. There's this old belief that America will never be conquered militarily, and the only way to destroy America is to destroy it from within. If you want a blueprint of how they're potentially trying to do this, take a look at how radical Islam is spreading throughout the country. I'm not worried about Sanchez, who is coming over here to work with cousin Rodriguez. Should he be deported if he is here illegally? Obviously, yes. But I want the Trumper to be focused on this radical ideology that is taking over cities and trying to infiltrate the government. But anyway, there's an old belief that the only way to conquer America is to destroy it from within. I think it's the same thing with the NFL. There is not a program on television that's capable of competing with the NFL. You could combine the audience of Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NHL, and the size of their audience when compared to the NFL is the equivalent to a flea on an elephant's ass. The only way to take down the NFL is to destroy it from within. Unfortunately, they seem to be doing a damn good job of destroying their own product. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like the business of show business is in decline. Networks seem to be sacrificing entertainment to cater to feelings. We can no longer produce trash TV. We must think about the example that we're setting for the children. Oh, the children! It's all about the children! It is not television's job to raise your children. It's your job. This week, my wife wanted to watch this show on Netflix called Sneaky Blinders or Sneaky Linkers. It's one of those doofus dating shows, but the concept was promising. They put a group of strangers together in a hotel. They surprised them with hookups from their past. On paper, it was the recipe for dramatic television. There was just one problem, one tiny problem. The cast sucked. I mean, they sucked. These kids in Gen Z LGBT, they have no idea how to be entertaining. They have no idea how to create compelling television. The final episode, it was time for the couples to make their decision. You either leave alone or you hold hands and leave together. Oh. This should be an easy setup for maximum drama. You put the couples face to face and have them make their decisions. Not Sneaky Blinders. No, 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 no. We can't do that. That could be embarrassing. The one girl on the show that left without her dude, they allowed her to drive away without confrontation. Why? What the hell are you doing? It's called show business, and you're not showing me a damn thing besides the back of my eyelids. Unfortunately, the NFL seems to be heading in the same direction. They are sacrificing entertainment for feelings. They don't want anyone to be embarrassed. The NFL seems hell-bent on taking toxic masculinity out of the game of football. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor of today's video, my good friends at Chapter. One thing most people don't realize until it's too late, dealing with Medicare can be an overwhelming experience. Countless plans, rules, penalties, calling the government for help. Good luck with that. Fortunately, though, there is help available, and that's where Chapter steps in. Chapter is an advocate for seniors to help you choose the right plan for your needs. Chapter is completely independent, which means they're only incentivized to find the right plan for you. Uncle Casey actually tested out their services. My mom turned 65 back in January. Now, both my parents, They already had insurance plans, but had her call Chapter anyway. Long story short, Chapter told my parents that they already had the best plan available. There was no need for them to change. Chapter actually found them a plan that would save them a couple of $100 every month, but Chapter explained to my parents that their current plan would save them more money in the long run. So, since they can afford it monthly, Chapter advised my parents to keep their current plan. Telling my parents to keep their plan, that was of no financial benefit to Chapter, but that's the type of honest service they can provide and that you can expect. Look at it like this. If you're wrongfully sued, you're not going to court without your lawyer, right? So why would you deal with the hassle and the confusion of Medicare without having an advisor in your corner? Even if you already have coverage, Chapter might be able to find you a better plan. You literally have nothing to lose. It's free. So call today, 510-279-3616. Have Chapter find the right plan for you. Yesterday, there was a video circulating on social media of Troy Vincent. Pastor Troy is a former NFL player who is now the vice president of something called football operations. Going into the season, Troy Vincent wanted fans to know that we are focused on sportsmanship. We don't want football to be masculine. We don't want football to be violent. We must think about the children. This season, the NFL is not only dedicated to ending mythical racism, we are also dedicated in removing anything that's remotely entertaining from our league. Watch it for yourself.
There's just no place in the game for it. There's no place in the game to be standing over your opponent. There's no place in the game to have violent gestures. That's not the game of football.
Let me translate that for you. The NFL is removing entertainment from football. The NFL is removing showboating. The NFL is removing shit talking. The NFL is removing emotion. They're removing passion. Basically, they're removing masculinity. They are removing the human element. They expect their players to maintain their composure at all times. Celebrating after a touchdown? No bueno. Pointing your fingers after a big third down conversion? We can't do that. Someone might think you're pointing a gun. Getting into an opponent's face? No mas. The league is forgetting their primary purpose. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of The Challenge on MTV. I've been watching the show for over 20 years. In the last few years, there has been one cast member that fully understands the purpose of the show. Johnny Bananas. Johnny Bananas knows that he's not there primarily to compete for $1 million. He's not there to play the game. He's not there to win challenges, avoid elimination. Johnny Bananas knows that his primary purpose is to compete for your attention. His job is to entertain me and compete for ratings. Same with the NFL. This league is built on rivalries. Some of the most memorable players are the ones who knew their job was to be entertaining. Deion Sanders created a character, Primetime. You know why we remember Deion Sanders? Because Deion Sanders told you all week leading up to the game, I'm shutting you down. He told you all week, don't make the mistake of throwing to my side of the field. Don't be stupid. A lot of guys can talk. Very few can back it up. Deion Sanders knew he could back it up. And when he backed it up, he was going to dance in your face and remind you, I'm that dude. I remember in the 90s, the Cowboys and the Niners were heated rivals. During the regular season, I believe it was either 1999 or maybe 2000, Terrell Owens is playing for San Francisco at the time. They're on the road in Dallas. He scores a touchdown. He sprints to midfield and poses on the Cowboys logo. Possession or two later, T.O. scores another touchdown, does the same thing. George Teague runs to midfield, tackles Terrell Owens off the logo. That happened 25 years ago. I still remember it. I have no idea who won the game, but I remember the moment. Chad Johnson was brilliant. Well, Casey, who in the hell is Chad Johnson? You probably remember him as Ocho Dinero. Either way, he was a brilliant entertainer. He knew that his only job wasn't just catching passes from Carson Palmer or Andy Dalton. Ocho Dinero knew that it was his job to entertain you. Right now, Netflix is airing an excellent documentary on Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. You know why the Cowboys were America's team in the 90s? It wasn't because they were winning multiple Super Bowls. There are a lot of teams that win Super Bowls. The Cowboys were America's team because they were entertaining. Jerry Jones knew that there was more to football than just football. Jerry Jones created an event. He created a show. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, he was demonstrative. He was in your face. I remember a Sunday night football game in the early 2000s. The Saints were playing the Jets. Saints quarterback Aaron Brooks was in a scrum. Someone either ripped his helmet off or they were beating the shit out of him in the pile. Kyle Turley grabbed one of the Jets by the helmet, ripped his helmet off, threw it down the field. Who won the game? Hell if I know, but I guarantee you ask a Saints fan about Kyle Turley, they remember the play. Kyle Turley was an offensive lineman. No one remembers the offensive line, but they remember Kyle Turley. The point is, sports are more than just the game on the field. 10 years from now, no one remembers the final score of a regular season game in October, but they remember the moments. And the NFL is trying to take away the moment. I don't get it. It's bad enough that you're embracing the woke wiener and putting those doofus messages back in the end zone. End racism. Choose love. Inspire change. Love doesn't make compelling television. You know what makes good TV? Controversy, rage, two teams that don't like each other, emotion. The NFL is doing everything they can to remove emotion from the league. They're doing everything they can to eradicate toxic masculinity. To me, it seems like the NFL is trying to make their product more appealing to women. Women don't like violence. Women like a love story. They want everyone to get along. I don't want to see dudes on opposing teams getting along. I want to see them competing at a high level. If that's the case, if the NFL is trying to be more appealing to women, this is a monumental mistake because you're going to lose the men who really support your league. What do you guys think? The NFL seems hell-bent on removing toxic masculinity and embracing the woke wiener. Is this the right call? Should entertainment be sacrificed for what they're calling sportsmanship? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.